What's up, guys? Today, I want to talk about. Today, I want to talk about doing what makes you uncomfortable, right? So, in life, in any aspect in life, we tend to ask ourselves, why aren't we where we want to be, right? A lot of times, we question God, we question the higher power, we question the universe. Um, why aren't we where we see ourselves, right? And the thing is that a lot of us, the majority of us, want the easy way. We think things just happen like that. Like, I want $1 million. Boom. I want the job promotion. Boom. I want to get to the next level. Boom. It doesn't happen like that. I mean, if it was that easy, it's that saying. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. But guess what? Not everybody is. So the thing is that in life, in order to proceed to get far in life, we need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And this saying, or this saying, I came across it in a book that I read a while back ago. I want to say my freshman year in college. And when I first heard the term, do what makes you uncomfortable, I thought, and I was like, wow, like, this, this saying really means something, like, it's like hit the nail right where I had to. And do what makes you uncomfortable. Thought to myself, how can I apply that to my daily life, right? As I'm a college baseball player. This is my freshman year, and I started doing a lot of things. I remember um, when my last game in high school, when we got eliminated from the state tournament. A long time coach that coached me since I was like, I want to say sixth grade, seventh grade. He was an assistant at my high school. The first thing he came up to me, he was like, Ant, what's one thing you regret? And I said, I didn't work hard enough. So one of my main goals, one of my main uh, like motivation after that day that I finished high school was to always work harder than I did before. Given back in high school, I was distracted with wrong relationships, etc., etc. But I wasn't focused. I didn't put mind to the things that I had to put mind. I was beating around the bush, and I get to college. I start working my ass off. I start doing what's uncomfortable. Um, start doing what's uncomfortable, and it made me a lot. It made me a better person as the years gone by. I'm a senior now. I'm into my last semester, but we need to start doing what's uncomfortable. We need to start doing what really bothers us. I feel like the biggest thing with people with doing things that are uncomfortable is that they fear that fear of the unknown, that fear of not knowing what's gonna happen, that fear of um, damn, like if I do this, what if this happens, or what if it doesn't pan out? But what if it does, right? Like what if something actually does work because you risked it all? Sometimes we need to risk everything. We need to do what's uncomfortable in order to get to the next level, in order to get that job promotion, in order to move up the ladder. Whatever you want to do in life, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You need to be uncomfortable in order to level up. That uncomfortableness is going to allow you, it's going to force you to level up, because now, not only that, now you're surrounding yourself with people that are going to allow you to level up. You don't want to be around losers. You don't want to be in that comfortable circle, in that comfortable clique that you could just chill. Like, nah, you want to be able to really put yourself in an uncomfortable situation where you're around people that are smarter than you, that are better than you, or that are more advanced than you, and that's gonna allow you to level up. That uncomfortableness, being around those people, it's gonna force you to level up. It's gonna make you do the right thing, do better by your values, be a better brother, be a better husband, be a better boyfriend, son, nephew, whatever it is. Being uncomfortable is gonna allow you to level up. I mean, it's allowed me. I've seen what it really can do. It's allowed me to level up. I was in a situation last year during my baseball season that I felt I put in the work. I worked my ass off. I did everything I had to do. I was expecting. I had high expectations for myself. People had high expectations of myself, and you know what? From 75% of the season, I wasn't doing so well. I was very uncomfortable. I went to the coach and I was like, Coach, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. I really don't. And he told me, he was like, nah, you're thinking too much. You're overthinking everything. So we're going to give you a week off. I was all right, cool. Gives me a week off. And that 1 week turned to two, and something like 2.5 weeks. And the player that took my position was a freshman, a good ball player. And I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, I have two options, and these are the two options that we have in life. We have two options: either we have the right perspective and look at things as a learner, as a positive experience, or we can be petty and take the route of excuses, fucking excuses, right? We have two options. Two options. Positive, negative, positive, negative. I chose to stay positive because I see myself as I am a very, very positive person. I have my days where, I'm in a rut, but I always seem to get out. But I saw to be positive about it. I was a great teammate. I was the first one to give high fives to my teammates when they scored, when they got hits. I was the first one on the books, making sure everything was right. And I was just controlling what I can control. I couldn't control my playing time at that point. All I knew I had to do was after games, after practices, after classes, after doing homework at night, I would take my ass to a baseball facility that our team practices at, and I put in the extra work. I was there to 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, just at in the dark with a baseball, a tee, and my bat, just hitting away, trying to figure it out. And that was an uncomfortable situation. Like I'm an upperclassman, lost my starting spot to a freshman. Something you don't hear about a lot, and a lot of guys would quit. A lot of guys would walk out. I mean, the coach even told me this. He's like, hey, like a lot of guys in your situation would have just asked for the release and would have transferred to another school. I stuck. I stood in my uncomfortable situation, and I made something out of it. I winded up getting the call to come up in a situation in a game, and my work in the dark where nobody was with me when I was by myself, it spoke for itself. I produced and I finished off the season well. Um, and that's not to say um, that that it was easy. It was hard. There was days that I had conversations with friends or with family that I just can't do it anymore. But something in me, I just have that spirit that I don't give up. No matter how hard something is, no matter how the challenge may be. Look at this past semester, I had a class where it was hard. It was tough. It wasn't easy, and at first I was like, oof, I don't know if I'm gonna pass this class. I don't know if I'm gonna pass this class. But you know what? I stood faithful. I put in the work. I did what I had to do, and I passed the class. And it was just like, see, there you go. When you stick with something, when you're persistent, because you're not gonna be perfect, but if you're persistent, you're gonna get close to achieving success. You're gonna get close to greatness, and that's the thing that I finished off the season, going back to baseball, finished off the season 275, whereas when I was struggling, I was batting, like, I think 215, if that. And I just kept exceeding, kept growing, kept getting better. And I took that into the summer, had a great summer. And it was just like, people were asking me, like, dude, wow, how are you doing this? I put in the work, and once you put in the work, it becomes automatic. Like I figured it out. It became automatic, and I was on a tear. I batted 362, and it was awesome. And it was like I thought to myself, because I was alone most of the time in Missouri, was that my success came from my struggle. My success came from being uncomfortable. My success came from all of that. And it's like the butterfly caterpillar terminology that um, a caterpillar in its cocoon, it's getting strong. It's uncomfortable, but it's getting strong. Its wings are getting strong in order for once it evolves or once it breaks out of the cocoon, it's able to fly. But if as humans we cut the cocoon and we let the butterfly, and we help the butterfly is gonna die because it's not gonna be able to fly. It's not gonna be able to eat. It's not gonna be able to do anything. It's gonna die. So what I'm trying to say is that we must be comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Do things that scare you. Do things that frighten you. Um, call that person. Um, ask that person out. The person you like, or whatever. Do what makes you uncomfortable. Force yourself to level up. Hold yourself to a high standard. Hold yourself to high expectations, and that's gonna allow you to make decisions on a day to day basis that it's gonna allow you to grow. Because the last thing you want to be is you want to be average. You don't want to be somebody who played it safe, somebody who really didn't give it all they had when there was more in the tank. I know for one, I remember like going back to my high school situation. I would think to myself now, like, or even then, I was like, damn, I had more in the tank. I knew I could have gave more. I knew I could have done more. Not in college. Like I felt like I lived up to the test, even though I'm nowhere near where I want to be right now. Like people think like, oh, like you're so positive, like you're doing good for yourself. I'm not where I want to be yet. Life is a process. Life is a journey. It's a journey that it never ends until we die. We Every day we learn something new. Every day every time we level up, there's a different devil. Every time we level up, we face different Goliaths. We face different challenges, and all those challenges are just obstacles that life throws at us, or even I can say God throws at us in order to challenge us, in order to challenge our faithfulness, our belief, our confidence in Him and the Word. Um, it all stems from that. We are tested daily, and if we fail those tests, are we really getting better? Are we really overcoming the challenges that God has set in front of us? Because that uncomfortableness or it is those challenges that we face, right? So, in order for us to continue to level up, in order for us to continue to get better in life, we need to get comfortable being uncomfortable because that's going to allow us um, to have no roof for success. We, we can grow. We can be whoever we want to be. We can be as successful as we want to be. Nobody could tell us what we cannot do. Like we can, we like this. This is what I like to say is that um, God is our overseer, right? We're the author. We write, and God is what do you call it? The person who proofreads our story. He fixes our story. He comes in. He's the guy. He's the person who adjusts our stories. Where the mistakes, he fixes them. Or if there's mistakes, he tells us and we fix them. Because sometimes, a lot of times, most of the time, God doesn't do things on his own, right? He has things happen to us in order to show us that this is what we have to do. This is how we have to manage. This is what we have to do, right? Marcus Stroman, a pitcher for the Blue Jays, says, I read on his Twitter one day. It was like never panic, just manage. You know, that's so true in every aspect in life. Like every day we're facing, like I said, we're facing different devils, different Goliaths, different challenges that, you know what? Don't panic. Just manage. Adjust. Be able to adjust. The quicker you're able to adjust, life is not gonna get easier. You just get better. And then people might think like, oh, you're lucky, you're blessed. No, I'm yes, I am blessed. I'm not lucky. Things don't happen by chance. Things happen because you put the time in. You put the time to get better. You did what you had to do in order for yourself to get better. Because you have to take ownership. You have to take ownership of your life. You have to take ownership of whatever you let inside your head. Because this thing right here could be your best or worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make sense. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There you go. But yeah, so it's like be true to yourself. Have core values.